Hi you guys, my name is Izzy. Thank you so much for being here. This is my first ever YouTube video. You guys are here for, you're witnessing history right now. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've been passionate about makeup and fashion for as long as I can remember. I just have really been nervous and scared, and I've kept saying oh, tomorrow I'll start doing something, or tomorrow I'll try, or I'll look into doing that later, and oh, I'm not ready yet, I'm insecure about this, or people are gonna not like me because of this. And I had to set those things aside and realize no, this is something that I really enjoy. I love makeup. I love helping people and giving people tips and tricks on what works for me. And this year has been crazy. We all know that 2020 is going down in history as the worst year ever. But I want to turn that around and make something of it and do something positive and start doing something for me. As a mom, and as many moms I'm sure are the same, we kind of get into a rut of not taking care of ourselves and putting stuff off. And like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I just kept saying, oh, tomorrow, oh, I'll look into doing that later. And you know what? No, it's later. Today's my day, and I'm gonna start doing my thing. So if you guys want to follow along for the ride and see where this goes, and who knows what's gonna happen, who knows what shenanigans I'll bring, but I do love makeup, I love fashion, I'm a mom life. If you guys have any suggestions or you want to see certain videos from me, let me know. But please like, comment, and share, subscribe to my channel, please follow along, and I again appreciate your love and support. This is crazy, you guys. I've been wanting to do this for so long. I'm shook right now. So thank you again. And if you want to see how I created this look, keep watching.
A little bit high on the feeling.
So this is the Smith & Cult brightening foaming foundation or primer, which was recommended by, I don't know if you guys follow her. Her name is Rose. Rose and Ben is the Instagram. And oh my god, I'm obsessed with her. Her videos are the bomb. She's been using this. She usually uses a brush, which I should have done. And honestly, I really do like this primer. I feel like it brightens, and I feel like it's good. I put way too much on. I did that for more visual effects than anything. That's that. So anyway, I like to put my primer on first and let that dry down for at least 2 minutes, because then your base will be ready to go for when you put in the foundation. Alright, so you see how that already added some brightness to the skin? Okay. So I've been using for a long time, this is my go-to eyebrow pencil. This is the Maybelline Total Temptation brow pencil. Oops, this one is almost gone, so I'll have to use one. So yeah, this is the Maybelline Total Temptation brow pencil. I use medium brown, I think. Medium brown. So first what I'll do is I'll kind of brush out the brows to get them all go in the same direction. And please don't mind my brows right now. I've been quarantined since March 17th. Yes, I know the day because I will always remember the day. Anyway, so I kind of start not right in the beginning of my brow, but I start kind of right here, and I kind of outline the shape of the brow, and I follow it along. And then I do the same thing on the top, and then just kind of follow it down and fill this side in. Now you want the end part of your brow, like this part, to be darker than the front part. You want it to be more kind of like a ombre or a transition to make it look more natural. And then I'll do the same thing to this side. It doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't need to be perfect right away because I go back in and clean it up afterwards. So sometimes like I might overline it just a little bit, and that's okay. So here we go. See how it's like overlined a little bit? That's okay. You can draw whatever shape and size. Some people have thinner brows and they want to draw them on thicker, which is great. I like a thick brow for myself personally, which is why I very rarely get my eyebrows done. Okay, so we filled this end in. Now I will go back in with the spoolie part and kind of blend it all together so the front part kind of blends and still picks up some of that color that we put on the middle to the end, and blends it all in to give it more of like a faded, natural look. There we go. So now, this next step you don't need to do. I do this because I like eyebrows on fleek. So I take a little bit of concealer. You can use whatever kind of concealer you want. And I grab, this is my favorite brush to do like my brows with. It's like a little, this is a Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH48. So you see it's like a little, kind of like a flat little brush like that. So I'll pick up a little bit of concealer on my brush, and then I just kind of outline underneath and bring it down, and then I'll do the same thing on the top. And that helps just clean up the edges. You see the difference between this one and this one? It just looks more clean. And then, I know it looks kind of crazy right now, but once you add on your foundation and everything, it'll all blend together. It's okay to have this underneath. Even, I do this even when I have already done my foundation, and I'll just blend it in. Here we go. Yeah, girl, eyebrows on fleek. Okay, so that step is done. I sometimes go for a little bit more of a dramatic brow, but for today's case, and keeping it somewhat simple, since this is my first video, we're gonna keep it simple. Oh, I also will, I'll also use concealer to then prime my eyelids for my, I will use the concealer then also to prime my eyelids for my eyeshadow. And you can use an eyeshadow primer, but it is good to use something to prime the lids if you're planning on doing eyeshadow, because it just helps have like a smooth foundation for the eyeshadow, and it helps it blend better. Like it won't, like say you have creases or wrinkles or lines, you know, whatever, we all have those on our eyes. It just helps to have a smooth base, even just like when you put your foundation on. That's what a primer is for. It helps kind of smooth everything out and get it prepped and ready for the next steps. The Truly Madly Deeply palette. I will be using this today. It doesn't normally look like this when if you get it. These are out of order because I dropped it literally right when I bought it, like right when I opened it. It fell right on the ground. But my husband, the godsend he is, helped me save it and put it all back together, but it didn't go back in the right spots because I didn't know where everything went. So here we go. First I will start with a kind of a transition shade. I like to start with a transition shade in the crease, and that will just help kind of create a a base, and then whatever else I put down on top, I can blend it in together. So I'm going to start with this kind of lighter shade here, put it onto my brush, and then just going to blend it into my crease here. I like to start light, and then you can always like work your way up. Like you can always add more. And this does take some time, and it takes practice. Like even me, I'm not a professional like makeup artist. I didn't go to school for makeup. I just have learned a lot over the years from watching other people and practicing on myself and finding out like what works for me and what doesn't. So these are just tips that I've learned along the way, and they work for me. They might not necessarily work for you. Hopefully some of what I say and what I do will help you, and I'm always, willing to help and answer questions if you have them. But this is what I do. All right, so we have kind of a base going of that color. Now I will go in with, what look am I going for today? Kind of a, not super crazy, because I just want to keep it somewhat simple today. You can have it create the shape that you want. So if you want more of like a winged look, you can have it feathered out more like this. You can create the shape that you want. Now I'm just gonna go in with looking for a flat brush. You can use this brush to kind of pack it on. This is a ColourPop E4, so it looks like that. I'm going to take this shimmer shade right here, the second one in. It's called Sweet Dreams, but who knows if that's right, because it's not in the right place. It might be, I don't know. They didn't all fall out, most of them did. And I'm gonna just pack that on. And you notice I'm not like swiping it, I'm packing it on. And so sometimes with these like shimmer shades, if you do want to pack more of a punch, you can spray setting spray, or even just run your brush under a little water, and that'll help. And then dip it in the color. It'll help have it more pigmented, if that's what you're looking for. But today I don't need it to be super crazy. So this is what we are doing. So I'm going to use this color here, this dark shade, and work that in to like the outer V here. What I used to do was just pack on the darker color here on the edge of my eye, and it didn't quite give like the cat eye or the open eye effect really. And so I learned to somewhat build it up and do it out a little further, like drag it out more, and that creates more of like the cat eye or the opened eye look. And then we want to blend that in to the other shades to make it more seamless. You don't want to have any harsh lines. And I'm going to take this first shade here, the very lightest shade, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that on the brow bone to lift it a little. I'll put some highlighter there later too once I highlight, but we'll just do that for now. Okay? Alright, so now we're moving on to foundation. And right now this is the like second or third time I've used this foundation, but I actually really like it. It's the Juvia's Place Velvety Matte Foundation, and I'm not someone who typically goes for a matte foundation that often because I have more dry skin, but I do like this one. So I will go in with some of that. I put it on my hand. You can put it directly on your face or on your sponge or whatever. I do use a sponge to blend, so I have the color here on my hand. It's pretty thick and creamy, and I do a couple of dots, and And this is tapping motions. I'm not dragging it. I'm just lightly bouncing it on the skin. And you see even now, I mean, I'm not bringing this all the way up to my eye, because when I add concealer later, I can fix this part, but it's already helping with my eyes not look so crazy. All right. And now this color obviously is darker than my face, but what you're wanting to do is match your neck and your chest when it comes to your foundation. And I do put foundation on my ears too, because my ears are always lighter. So bringing it down, you want to make sure we're blending all of that. Blend your makeup, sis. You want to make sure everything looks good and matches. Okay? And then I'll go in the middle there. And this, I mean, this is a little bit dark for me right now because I'm not as tan as I have been, but that's okay. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. So now that's done, we are moving on to concealer. I am also using the Juvia's Place concealer, which I just tried recently. I ordered it for my birthday. I got a gift card, so I trying out some new stuff. And this is in the shade 22. As a doe foot applicator. I like to put it right here and right here. I used to do the whole triangle thing, which I sometimes do still. But I don't know. I found that this still blends out pretty well. I learned this from my girl Rose. Put it there, and these are in places that you want to highlight and make a little brighter. We're brightening up the skin now. Like I said, that foundation was a little dark, but this will help add some contrast and some lightness. And while I do that, these are cream products, so I'm doing all my cream products at once. I'm doing my contour as well. This is the NYX Wonder Stick. I can't read. Wonder Stick highlight and contour. I don't use the highlight color really, but I do use the contour. I like using a cool tone contour, and I put it right here, kind of where the ear is, like, and then down kind of to the tip of the eyebrow at an angle. We're going under the cheekbone. This is going to add dimension. You can go like this. And that kind of is a good guide and shows you where to go. And then I go under the chin here. Under the chin. Trying to get rid of my double chin. That quarantine 20. I mean, I guess I didn't gain 20 pounds, but I just have not been as active as I normally am, which is my own fault. You know, it's been hard. That's all I'm gonna say. And then a little under my nose. You can go along the side of your nose too, but I'm not gonna do all that right now. I might do that with bronzer later, but anyway. So the contouring is going to help shape your face. We ideally want to have somewhat of like a oval type shape. I have more of a heart-shaped face, so putting the contour in these places helps to kind of bring the face in, and then highlighting it just focuses on the inner side, on the inner parts there. So I'll use the same. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Okay. I'm going crazy, you guys. I've been inside the house for too long. I have no one to talk to. I mean, I do. I have my kids, my husband, and my mom. But I miss my friends. You know, it's been hard. I want to give my friends a hug. Thankfully, I went to Florida and saw my best friend before all of this happened. I went in January. But still, that was 8 months ago. Can you believe it? This year has been crazy, but it's also been good. I feel like it's pushed me to get out of my comfort zone and finally start doing some of the things that I've been wanting to do for a long time, which is, you know, makeup and start a channel and start doing some stuff that I'm like passionate about. I feel like a lot of times, especially moms, like, you know, we put our own interests and our own likes and whatever to the side because we feel like, you know, there are other things more important or in the forefront, which is true. Obviously, we have to take care of our kids and our family and whatever, but don't forget about you either, because taking care of you is important. And I don't want to cry. I'm really learning that I need to water myself before I can water anyone else and put into anything else. Food for thought. Anyway, so we've got our contour, we've got our highlight on. As you can see, now the face looks a little more lively. I like to wipe off my lips in between. Now I'm overweight. But again, this is makeup. Play around, do your thing. Whatever works for you, works for you. This is just stuff that's worked for me and what I like to do. And again, this is more of like a full face, like glam, whatever. Like I can do more simple looks or like less steps, whatever. I can do less steps later on down the road if you guys are interested in that, but I'm just showing you kind of a full face, all day wear look. So now I want to set all of this cream product so that it stays in place. And what I'm going to use for that is what I've been loving lately, and this is gonna sound crazy. I just told my best friend about this the other day, is this Wet n Wild translucent setting powder. And I have higher end stuff. I have like the Laura Mercier and all that other good stuff. I have a Jaclyn Hill powder that I was using for a while. But I just have been finding this, girl, you guys, this is cheap. Got it at Target, I don't know, $5, $6, but it works perfect. It works really well. And you get a lot of product. I don't know, I love it. So I'll put it on my sponge. This is a different sponge. It's a little damp, just like my other one was. And I'll put it right under the eyes here. And right under here. Yes, you're gonna look crazy for a while, but I'm telling you, this works. And then I will go under here, and this is helping to chisel out the face. We're going for the look of having good bones and good bone structure, even if we don't. And I'll put a little over my chin and then on my forehead, and this is kind of going in places where you did the highlight. Although for myself, I don't really put it on my nose because I have kind of enlarged pores, and sometimes that'll accentuate that, if that's the word. I don't know. So that's that. I'm gonna let it sit there for a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to do my powder bronzer, which I just got this Fenty Beauty one. This one is the shade Island Ting. Okay, girl. I love Rihanna and everything that she does. She can do no wrong. Girl, whatever you do, I'm there for it, sis. But I do want her to put out some new music. Okay, so then I'm gonna go over the area that I did the contour earlier with the bronzer. And all of this will be blended as well better after I wipe away the excess powder. But we're just kind of laying this down. Again, we're just trying to build up some dimension here to our face. All right, so now we've got, all of this powder. We're looking a little cray. So now I will take a big fluffy brush. This is the Jaclyn Hill, Jaclyn Hill JH11. And I'll just brush away all that excess powder. And if there's a part, like an area that looks too like stark or too like it needs to be blended better, I'll go back in with my foundation, either brush or sponge, and just tap over it, and that'll kind of help blend it together better. Okay, so now our face is looking warm, it's looking lively for the most part. This is a Juvia's Place blush. This one is called Serafina. Pretty. It's so pretty. Like, I love like corally, warm type blushes. So we're going to use that. So I will take, this is a Real Techniques blush brush, I believe. I don't know, the pink one. I've been using this one for a long time. And I like to go right on the cheeks, smile like that, and go up. Cheeks, smile, cheeks, and go up. I do have some big cheeks, I know. Oh, you should have seen when I was a kid, they were way big. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I was embarrassed by my cheeks, but I was just like, oh, I don't know. They always just seem like, oh, I got chubby cheeks. But now I actually like having somewhat of a juicier cheek, and that's just me. Okay, so, and I'm a blush girl. I like having a lot of blush. You don't gotta put this much on, but see how pretty is that? Okay, I like to add a little bit over my nose to give it kind of like a sun-kissed look, and then a little on top of my forehead, and then a little on my chin, because I'm extra. That's what's gonna be. Okay, cute. You cute, girl. You cute. Again, I'm gonna go over with this a little bit just to kind of help marry it all together. So anyway, I'm gonna kind of go back in with some of these shades that we used earlier. So like this light shade here, that was the first shade that we used, and I'm gonna just lightly go under my lash line, and that just helps. You don't have to do this step if you don't want to. Some people just want to do like a top eyeshadow, which is fine. I feel like this just kind of helps bring the look together. Here we go. You know, it just makes it look a little bit more put together in my opinion, but you don't have to do this. And then I'm gonna go in again with this darker shade here and bring that up. Now, I will say, I am not the greatest when it comes to eyeshadow. I am not the greatest when it comes to eyeliner or lashes. So your girl's gotta work on that. But I'm not a huge fan of fake lashes, at least for myself, because I have like, I don't know, I have sensitive eyes or what, but I feel like every time I wear lashes, my eyes just water and water and water, and then I just want to like pull them off and wipe all my makeup off anyway. So it's like, instead of that, I might as well just like wear my regular lashes and call it a day, really. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do any fake eyelashes today or anything, but I will tell you, and I'm not gonna do any like black winged eyeliner right now either, because that's not the look that I'm really going for right now. Okay, a smaller brush like this, and I like to get it a little bit wet. I'll just use this again. I like to get it wet, and I kind of create my own eyeliner. So let's just see. This one is a pretty color. It's kind of like a dark purpley mauve-y color. So I'm gonna go in with that. I got some, see how it's kind of, I sprayed it and it's like wet. So I'm kind of creating my own liner, and I'm just going along the lash line a little bit with that. And it just helps add a little bit of something different. You see how it looks just a little bit more open? I don't necessarily need to do a full-on wing right now, but it just is adding a little bit of something extra. See? So I'll do that again on the other side. And see, I'm not fancy. I have to use my other hand when I do my eyeliner. I don't know how people are able to just do it with one hand. I have to pull my eye. But that's okay. Again, like I said, do you, girl. Whatever works for you and whatever helps you get the result that you want, that's all that matters. Okay? Okay. See how it's, woo, cute. It doesn't need to be huge or extra. Whatever you want to do. So I might add a little bit of that color then down on my lash line just to kind of bring it together. Now I will do my, what's next? Where do we go from here? I don't know. You guys, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Cheers to that. Yes, I drink Red Bull. I don't drink coffee. This is just what gets me through the day. Any other moms out there who drink Red Bull? All my friends know, like, oh, Izzy and her Red Bull. Yes. Anyway, anytime I go out with my girls, they all know we gotta stop for a Red Bull. Gotta gets the people going. In my Will Ferrell voice. So, next I'm going to do highlighter. Alright, so what I'm going to use for highlighter and what I've been using a lot is this Jaclyn Hill palette. It's super dirty, don't mind the mirror. But it has these 4 shades. I use these two pretty much mixed together every time I use it. I use this fluffy brush and I just don't mind the mirror. I just go in, kind of mix them together, and then I put it on my cheek and I kind of go up like this. What? You see the difference? Bomb. That's all I can say. It's just bomb. And I'm an extra type girl, so I put a lot of highlighter on. But that's just me. I go in these areas, cheeks, and then I put some on the tip of my nose, like this. And then I go up here, and forehead, and my chin. I also sometimes go on the Cupid's bow here. Cool. Oh, and then like I said before, what I like to do is take like a small brush again, and I'll take some of that highlighter and I'll go right under the brow bone. It just helps add a little highlight and then brighten it up a little. And then I go in my inner corner here. You see the difference? It just kind of adds like a little bit of oomph, in my opinion, like brighten your eye up. We shiny, but I like to be shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Yeah, my girl Riri. Come on now. We all know she's the bomb. Okay, so now what we're going to do is our lashes. This is a sample, don't judge. This is a sample that I got from Sephora for my birthday. And this is the Milk Kush mascara, but you know what? I actually really like this size. Like, they should sell smaller size mascaras more often, in my opinion, because it's just so easy to hold. You can move it around easier. It just, I don't know. I really like this size mascara. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. So we're just putting it on here. I like to do a couple of layers. So I'll do my first layer, see how it goes. Another reason why I like these small brushes is because it's good for the lower lash line. Like the big mascaras, I don't know, they're just harder to get in there in my opinion, but we still make it work. Does anybody else, when they're doing their mascara, and this is, I don't know why I do this, it literally takes every ounce of my being when I'm doing my mascara to not do this. I think there's a meme about this too. With your mouth open, like. I don't know. Girl, no judgment, because I do it too. Like, I don't know why, it just happens. Now I'm just gonna put a little bit on my lower lash line, my lower lashes. I like to go side to side with it too, because I feel like that just helps somewhat separate them, but also cover, you know, make sure you're getting, it's hard to do the up and down thing on the lower one without like getting it on your face. There we go. So I just bought this recently. It's like a little rake, like I like to call a little rake. I just put it under, and it's like shaped to fit in your, I don't know if you can see, it's just like shaped to fit under your eye, which is nice. And you just brush it under. You can use it on top too, but it's just nice. It fits right in there, gets kind of the clumps out if there's any, helps to separate. And there you go, sis. Now all we need to do is lips and we're done. This is the NYX lip liner in the color Natural. I really like these lip liners because I feel like they're super creamy and they go on really well. So I do like to somewhat overline just a tad. So I follow it along. Sorry, this is like the boring part because I'm not talking, but I don't want to mess it up. Insert elevator music or Jeopardy music. All right, so that's done. Now I'm going to go in with, I like how most of this stuff is drugstore products. Like, it's pretty affordable. I love me a good deal. I got you, sis. I think literally everything I've used is like pretty much drugstore, or I mean Juvia's place is inexpensive. You get it at Ulta. Anyway, now I'm going to do the Milani lipstick, which I think I got this from one of my friends, and thank you, girlfriend, because I love this color. It's called Orange Gina, number 03. Whoa, 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 that's bright. But, and I'm not kidding you when I say this smells like I want to eat it. It's delicious. But okay, this is bright, but I'm gonna tone it down a little bit with a lip gloss on top. So here we go. Here we go. That's it. That's it. Okay, I will put a little tiny bit of lip gloss on top. And this is Milani too. 03. Wow, this is a 03 lipstick and this is a 03 lip gloss. But this is more of a pinky tone. This is called Prismatic Peach. And this is like their lip plumping lip gloss. So I'm doing it right on top. Just kind of in the middle to add a little bit of shine. That's it, girl. We done. Let's take this towel out. My hair is still wet, obviously. I just got out of the shower. So yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. Thank you so much for watching with me on my journey and my first ever video. Have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Let me know what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified when I post again. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and I hope to see you again next time.